Hello everyone. This is your friend from Naruto Audio Fanfics, and we are back once again with a brand new fanfic. Which is what if Naruto Uzumaki and Hinata Hyuga were forced to live together for a year? Part 1. If you enjoy this story, don't forget to hit the like button, thumbs up, and subscribe to the channel for more amazing Naruto fanfics like this. So without wasting any more time, let's start today's fanfic. Minato was sitting next to his wife, Kushina, as in front of them were sitting Hiyashi along with his wife, Hitomi. The two couples were dining together at a restaurant, which could be described as both a business and friendly dinner. They were discussing the biggest business tour that was gonna happen between both of their companies to expand their business around the world. It was gonna take at least a year with the schedule they had. So both me and Hitomi get to come with you. What about our kids? Said Kushina as she took a sip of her wine. Sadly, we are going to have to leave them here. Even though I don't want to leave my girl alone, there is nothing more I can do. Said Hiyashi. He is right. They have to stay even though we don't like it a bit. Said Minato. Then I am staying to take care of them. Said Hitomi with a smile. No way. You are as much important to the company as I am. Same goes to Kushina and Minato. We either go together or this doesn't work. Besides, they are grown-ups, even if we won't accept it. Said Hiyashi, taking a piece of his steak in his mouth. I got an idea. Said Minato, smiling. Enlighten us. Said Hitomi. We both have houses way too big for just one of them to live alone in them. So how about we put them together in one of our houses so they can help each other through the time we are not here. Naruto is a knucklehead and doesn't know a thing about cooking, so probably he will live of instant food all the time while we are gone. On the other hand, as I remember Hinata, she is really shy and needs to get out of her shell. But she is mature and can help Naruto get to his better self. Said Minato. What do you think? I think it's a good idea. My girl needs to be more social. It's good from me. Said Hitomi with a smile. I agree with my wife, but there is one thing you left out. I know that your son already has a girlfriend and he probably would like to stay with his girl all of this time rather than my daughter. Said Hiyashi, serious. We know he already has someone. And we don't approve of his girlfriend a bit. Both of us. Even so, we are not asking for Hinata to get in a relationship with him, as much as I would like it. Said Kushina. My husband and I just want what is best for both of them. Okay then. We will notify Hinata when we get home of this. I don't think she will have anything against it. Said Hiyashi. We will do the same with Naruto. There won't be problems from him too. Said Kushina as she and Minato got up. Saying goodbye, they both left and took their way home, to talk to their son. With Naruto. Naruto was in his room, his door locked. Sitting down on his bedside, he removed his shirt. Opening his drawer, he pulled out a box of cream and opened it, getting his fingers full of it. Lifting his left arm with some stinging pain caused by it, he put his creamed fingers over a large bruise over his ribs and started rubbing it with the cream. He groaned as he spread the cream over the bruise. As soon as he was finished, he heard knocks on his door. Naruto, are you there? Was heard the voice of his mother from the other side of the door. Yeah, why? Said Naruto as he stood up. Can I come in? We need to talk. Said Kushina. Yes. Just wait a second. Said Naruto as he rushed to put a hoodie on, hiding his bruise from his mother. After he put the hoodie on, he unlocked the door, letting his mother in. They both sat on the side of the bed. What is it? Said Naruto. You remember Hinata, the daughter of Hiyashi? Said Kushina looking at his son. Yeah, the shy girl. We met each other many years ago. Why? Said Naruto, curious of what her mother was trying to say. Well, you know that I and your dad will be away for a long time, this time with business. So we had a dinner with her parents and we decided that it would be better if you two stayed together for the time that we are away. Said Kushina as she noticed the shock on her son's face. You are kidding, right? I barely know her. Like I said before, it has been years since we have seen each other. And now you want us to live together here? Said Naruto. Yes. She is the nicest girl I know. She can help you around the house and it will be fun for you too. She is shy, so I want you to be nice to her. Said Kushina. Come on. Said Naruto. Naruto. Do this for me. Trust me. Have I ever taken a bad decision for you? said Kushina, holding her son's face so that he was looking into her eyes. Fine. When will she come here? Said Naruto, sighing. Her parents will bring her here the day we leave. So in 2 days. Said Kushina. Okay then. Fine by me. Said Naruto. That's my boy. Said Kushina, giving him a kiss on the cheek. With Hinata. Hinata was watching TV when she heard the front door open and her parents come in. She got up to greet them in the hallway. How was your dinner? Asked Hinata, smiling at her parents. It was great. Thanks for asking. Said Hiyashi, who smiled back at his daughter. Good to hear that. How are Mr. Namikaze and Mrs. Uzumaki? Said Hinata. They are good. In fact, we have something to talk about that involves them. Said Hitomi, hanging her coat and grabbing Hinata's hand, pulling her towards the couch. I will be upstairs while you ladies chat. Said Hiyashi as he went to his room. What is it that you have to talk to me? Said Hinata, looking at her mother. So, while we were dinning, we talked about how you and Naruto will be alone while we are away for some time. And Minato came with an idea that we all thought was a good one. Said Hitomi. And the idea was? Asked Hinata, curious. You will live together with Naruto while we are away. Said Hitomi, and noticed as Hinata started to blush lightly. You want me to live with a boy while you are away? And none other than Naruto himself? Asked Hinata. Yes. You need to go out more, Hinata. The only time when you don't stutter is when you are talking to me or dad. He is a loud mouth and outgoing. He can help you come out of your shell. Said Hitomi, looking her daughter in the eyes. But still, Hinata, you know I love you. And I wouldn't have taken this decision if I didn't think it was in your benefit. Said Hitomi as she kissed her daughter on her forehead. All right, mom. I will do it. Said Hinata as she leaned on her mother. Trust me. Cohabitation can be a really exciting experience. Maybe it can turn out to be the best thing that happened in your life. Said Hitomi as she rubbed Hinata's back while hugging her. So, should I pack my clothes then? Said Hinata, smiling. I think you should. We will drop you there the day we leave, which is in 2 days. Thank you for agreeing to this, my precious girl. Said Hitomi, kissing her forehead again. 2 days later, Hiyashi, Hitomi and Hinata were in the car as they drove towards Namikaze residence. Hinata was staring out of the car window as she gazed at the road they took. She still didn't know what to think of this. She would be living for a year or more with Naruto, who she hadn't seen in a long time, but she knew that he would never do something as to even hurt a strand of hair on her head, so she knew she would be safe. She knew that she could trust him. Her train of thoughts was stopped when the car stopped and they arrived at their destination. As they got out of the car, they noticed that Minato and Kushina had their bags in front of them, waiting to load them into the car and leave. But first they came to meet them and Naruto followed them from behind. Hinata greeted both Kushina and Minato by hugging them. She went on to do the same with Naruto, who let out a groan that only she heard when she hugged him. Thinking that he didn't really want this, she pulled away, seeming a bit hurt herself. Naruto noticed this and cursed himself, knowing that Hinata had taken his grunt in the wrong way. He had to apologize once they were inside. It was time for their parents to leave, so Naruto helped unloading Hinata's bags and loading his parents' bags in the trunk. We will keep in contact with the two of you whenever we can. Said Kushina, hugging Naruto and then Hinata. Take care of my girl. Okay. Said Hiyashi as he shook Naruto's hand. I promise she is in good hands, sir. Said Naruto with a smile. Okay then. It is time to leave or we will miss our flight. Said Minato. And with last hugs, they got in the car and left. Grabbing Hinata's bags, he refused to let her carry them as they got inside. Let me show you where you will be staying. Said Naruto as they started walking upstairs, going through the hallway and reaching a room that was in front of Naruto's. They got in to see it was as big as the master bedroom. It had everything in there along with a king-size bed. Dropping her bag slowly on the floor, Naruto looked at her to see she kept her head down. Hinata. Look, I am sorry for outside. I didn't grunt because I didn't want you here or anything. I think that it is going to be fun. But when you hugged me, you accidentally squeezed a bit too hard over a bruise I got over my ribs and it caused me to make that sound. I am sorry if you took it in another way. Said Naruto, rubbing the back of his neck. This caused Hinata to blush slightly but then raised her head swiftly to look at Naruto, feeling guilty for hurting him. I'm sore RRY for her hurting you, Naruto. I didn't mean to, said Hinata, cursing herself for stuttering. Quote. It is not your fault at all. No need to be sorry, said Naruto, and Hinata only nodded. So, why don't you unpack and set this room up however you want it? I will be in my room for anything you need. When you are done, maybe we can do some catching up, said Naruto. Sure. Thank you, Naruto, said Hinata as Naruto nodded and left the room, closing the door behind him. As Naruto got outside, she dropped flat on her back on the bed, sighing. Maybe it won't be bad at all, thought Hinata as she got up and started unpacking. Hinata had finished unpacking everything, setting everything in their place, and now she was sitting on the couch next to Naruto, chatting and catching up on the time they were apart. So you got a girlfriend now, said Hinata, smiling at Naruto. Yes, that I do, said Naruto with a grin. Who is she? Asked Hinata. Her name is Sakura Haruno. She has bright pink hair and green eyes. When the chance comes, I will meet you with her, said Naruto, rubbing the back of his neck. What about you? Anyone in your life? Asked Naruto, leaning on the couch. No, I don't actually have much luck with my dates, said Hinata, stuttering a bit. Why is that? Asked Naruto, confused. I don't really wanna talk on that subject, said Hinata, her head lowered down. Hey, it's okay. I won't push it, said Naruto. So, how did you get your ribs bruised? Asked Hinata, remembering him saying he had a bruise over his ribs. Meh, it's nothing. Don't stress yourself about it, said Naruto with his usual grin on his face. If you say so, said Hinata, and as she finished it, Naruto's phone rang. Looking at his phone's screen, he saw his girlfriend's name on it. He answered it, putting his phone to his ear, regretting it 2 seconds later. Naruto, where are you? Came the screaming voice of Sakura from the other side of the phone, nearly deafening Naruto. Relax, Sakura. What happened? Said Naruto, rubbing his ear. Don't tell me you actually forgot for our date today, said Sakura as she panted on the other side of the phone. Oh shit. I am so sorry. I will be right on my way, said Naruto as he looked at the clock and the time was nearing 10 p.m. How dare you? Just stay where you are and don't bother. But if you are cheating on me, you got a hell to pay for, screamed Sakura. Sakura, I would never che. Naruto was left mid-sentence as she hung up on him. Naruto, I am sorry. You missed your date because of me, said Hinata, feeling bad on herself for doing this to Naruto. What? No, I was the one who forgot about it. It's not your fault, said Naruto. But she seemed really mad. You must have had something planned and I ruined it, said Hinata. Come on, Hinata. You don't know her. She is always like that about everything, and twice worse when she is on her period, chuckled Naruto, making Hinata giggle a bit. That's it. Smile. I want you to talk and act freely around me, said Naruto. I will. Or I will try, said Hinata, raising her head as she chuckled. Good, said Naruto as he laid down on the couch. I think I will go and get some sleep now, said Hinata as she got up. Sure. See you tomorrow, said Naruto as he sat up. Good night, Naruto, said Hinata as she turned around and walked upstairs towards her room. Good night, said Naruto as he continued to watch the TV. As Hinata got to her room, she changed into her pajamas and got into her new bed, pulling the covers over her. As she closed her eyes, one thought ran through her mind before she dozed off to sleep. Why did Naruto accept such behavior from his girlfriend? It didn't take long and she was asleep. Tomorrow morning, Hinata woke up from her sleep, sitting up on her bed. Stretching, she got up, as she slowly started undressing from her pajamas and put on some daily clothes. She put on a t-shirt and jeans, then combed her hair straight and got downstairs. As she got downstairs, she found it unnaturally quiet. She looked around, not noticing Naruto anywhere. Deciding not to stress about it, she got to the kitchen, getting herself some toast and tea ready. Just as soon as her tea was ready, she took a sip of it. As she did so, she heard the front door open. It took a few seconds and Naruto was in the kitchen, wearing only a pair of trunks that went up above his knees and with his earphones in his ears. Good morning, Hinata, said a sweaty Naruto as he took his earphones off, opening the fridge door. Good morning to you too, Where were you this early? Asked Hinata with a faint blush on her cheeks as her stuttering returned when she saw Naruto only in trunks. I was jogging. It's part of my routine, said Naruto as he grabbed the gallon of orange juice and took a huge sip from it. It's kinda cold outside. Don't why you feel cold jogging like that? Asked Hinata as she too took a sip of her tea. Nah, not really. Anyway, I am going to take a shower. You got any plans for today? Asked Naruto putting the gallon back in the fridge. No, not really, said Hinata. Okay, let me shower first then we can see what we can do, said Naruto as he left towards his bedroom. A few seconds later he came out of his bedroom and into the bathroom. A few minutes later, Naruto came out, fully dressed and his hair spiky as ever. Hinata was sitting on the couch and Naruto joined her. Did you think of anything? Asked Naruto. Naruto. See, could we go back to my house for a bit? Asked Hinata, blushing. Why? Did you forget anything there? Asked Naruto. My console, said Hinata. You got a console? Which one? Asked Naruto. PS4. I could bring it here, we could play so sometime, said Hinata. Okay then. Let's get going. You need to pick anything up, said Naruto as he got up, getting his car keys. Just my purse. I will be back in a few seconds, said Hinata, and just like she said, she was gone and back in a few seconds with her purse in her hand. Alright then. Let's go, said Naruto as he started to walk and Hinata followed. Soon they were in the residence's garage, with Naruto opening the garage door for them to leave. Pushing a button in his car keys, the lights of a car lit and Hinata's jaw dropped when she saw which one was Naruto's car. It was a gray Nissan GT-R R35. But she came back to the world of living as she got in, and soon, both left the house with the garage door closing behind them as they left. Hinata told Naruto the directions to her house but was quiet for some time until she noticed something. Naruto was taking all the wrong turns. Naruto. This is not the way, said Hinata looking forward on the road. I know. We are just taking another way, said Naruto as he continued driving. Oh, okay then, said Hinata as she kept silent yet again. A bit more of driving and Hinata had yet to see a familiar sight of her neighborhood. She looked around again but still all was unknown. Then she noticed Naruto drive into a big parking lot. As he parked, Hinata noticed where they had come. They were in the parking lot of a mall. Naruto. Why are we at the mall? Asked Hinata confused as she saw Naruto undo his belt and open the car door. I need to pick up something. Come, said Naruto as he got out and so did Hinata. They got into the mall, Hinata walking side by side with Naruto as they walked through the mall. They got to the second floor, continuing their walk until Naruto came to a stop in the middle of the hall, causing Hinata to stop too. Naruto looked forward seeing a certain person there. It was his girlfriend, Sakura, talking to another guy, with black hair, which he knew too well. Telling Hinata to wait there, he approached his girlfriend. As he got closer to them, the guy left, leaving Sakura there. Hey Sakura, said Naruto gaining her attention. Oh hey Naruto. Didn't see you there, said Sakura as she hugged him. I came here with Hinata to pick something up. What was that before? Asked Naruto looking at her. What was what? Said Sakura. You chatting with him. And there didn't seem to be a meter space between you two. What is going on? Said Naruto pulling a bit away from her. Naruto. Don't be an idiot. We just met randomly here and chatted a bit. I hadn't seen him in some time. Nothing was going on, said Sakura, staring a bit angrily at him. If you say so. Wanna meet Hinata? Said Naruto. Looking over his shoulder and at Hinata, Sakura said. No, I have to get back home. I will come by you later. Okay then. See you later, said Naruto giving her a kiss on the cheek and turning back to Hinata. As he walked towards Hinata, Sakura turned around and walked the other way. He soon reached Hinata. Come on. Let's go get what we came here for, said Naruto, and they went on the way they were going before stopping. 2 minutes later, they got inside a huge electronic shop. They got to the consoles section. As they stopped there. You said you got a PS4, right? Said Naruto. Yes, answered simply Hinata. Well, since we are going to live together, why not take it up a notch? said Naruto as he got a PS4 Pro package, handing it to Hinata. No, Naruto. It's too much. I can't take it, said Hinata, refusing to let Naruto buy it just for her. Yes, you can. It's my welcome gift for you. Besides, we are both gonna enjoy it, so I don't see a problem. Naruto. There is no need to go on a spending spree. I got a console home already. We can use it, said Hinata. We are getting this one. End of discussion. Now what games do you recommend? Asked Naruto, walking to the games aisle. Seeing that Hinata wasn't going to win in any argument with him, she went with it, picking up a few games with him, then paying them and going out. Soon they reach Naruto's car, putting the bought stuff in the trunk and getting in, driving away from the place soon after. So I guess we won't be going to my house, said Hinata with a small smile on her face. If you have to pick something else, then we can still go there, said Naruto looking at her for a moment then turning back towards the road. No, thank you for the new one. I will find a way to repay you, said Hinata. There is no need to repay me. Like I said, consider it a gift from me, said Naruto. Well then, thank you for your gift, said Hinata reaching over to Naruto and giving him a small kiss on his cheek then turning back to her seat. You are welcome, said Naruto, continuing driving. Soon after, they reached home, parking the car and getting the stuff they had bought inside the house. Soon they were both setting it up, and were quickly done, getting it ready for use. But deciding to play later, Hinata wanted to cook them a meal. Agreeing, Naruto laid down as Hinata was on the kitchen cooking. After a couple of minutes, Hinata notified Naruto that she was done. Getting up, he washed his hands and got to the table where Hinata had set up the food. They both started eating, Naruto loving every bit of what she had cooked. It was only a matter of a few minutes until he had swiped his whole plate. You are an awesome cook, Hinata. Even better than my mom, said Naruto, watching a blush creep over Hinata's face. Thank you, Naruto. Glad you like it, said Hinata, her cheeks pink. Just don't tell my mom of what I said. She will probably kill me after that, said Naruto laughing. It caused Hinata to giggle too. Don't worry, your secret is safe with me, said Hinata as she continued giggling. They continued laughing a bit more until the bell was heard, Naruto going to open it. On the other side was Sakura. He let her come in, as she stopped in front of the kitchen. Sakura. This is Hinata. Hinata. This is Sakura, said Naruto introducing the two of them. Nice to meet you. I am his girlfriend, said Sakura, extending her hand to Hinata who politely accepted it. Nice to meet you too, said Hinata. Naruto, think we can talk something private in your room, said Sakura, getting closer to him. Sure. Come on, said Naruto leading the way to his room. Seeing them get inside his room, Hinata thought it was probably a good time for her to play some games, since they would probably be there for some time. Getting a controller, she turned it on, putting on Battlefield 1. As soon as Sakura and Naruto had gotten in his room, she had pushed him onto his bed. She climbed right on top of him, her hands trying to unbuckle his pants as she kissed him. But before she could manage to do it, Naruto's hands got on top of hers, holding them away from his pants and pulling her away from himself. What are you doing? Asked Naruto. Come on, Naruto. I need it, said Sakura, lust in her eyes. No, not happening, said Naruto putting his belt back on its place. Why are you doing this to me, Naruto? Said Sakura, rage building up. Because I am not in the mood for it. And you just came here and just want to have. I just don't feel like it, said Naruto sitting up on the bed. Fine. Have it your way, said Sakura as her rage was so high that steam was trying to come out of her ears. Opening the door, she got out of the room, slamming the door behind her. She quickly got out of the house, slamming yet another door on her way out. Naruto got out of his room, slowly walking to the living room. He saw Hinata there with a confused look on her face, not fully understanding what was happening. What was that, Naruto? Asked Hinata. Nah, don't worry about her. Mind if I join you? Said Naruto leaning on the wall. Not at all. Come on, grab a controller and get ready to get beaten, said Hinata chuckling. Yeah, you wish, said Naruto, sitting beside her on the couch. It had been 10 days since Naruto and Hinata were living together. Naruto was out doing groceries shopping as Hinata was doing the laundry. Hinata had offered to do both of them, but Naruto refused, not wanting Hinata to do everything. Naruto had decided to walk to the store, so now he was walking back home with 2 shopping bags on his hands. As he continued walking, a familiar person was walking towards him, and when she noticed him, she picked up her pace, coming towards Naruto and hugging him. "Naruto, how are you?" said the girl that was hugging him. She had long platinum hair tied up in a ponytail with blue eyes that almost matched Naruto's. "I'm good, Ino. What about you? How are you?" said Naruto as Ino let go of the hug and stood in front of him. "I'm fine. It has been months since I have seen you. And it's amazing that I saw you today," said Ino. "Yeah, I kinda missed you too. So where were you going?" said Naruto. "I was going to the shop to get a few things needed for." "Oh wait, I totally forgot. I am hosting a party tonight at my house. Not something too much, just a few of us old friends." "I knew I forgot someone," said Ino. "Yeah, thanks for keeping me dead last informed. I am hurt," said Naruto, acting as if his feelings were hurt. "Oh, stop it. I already invited Sakura too. Surprised she didn't say to you already," said Ino. "Anyway, I got someone I would like to bring there. Her name is Hinata. She is a nice person. You will like her," said Naruto. "Sure. Tonight at 8 p.m. at my house. You know where it is, right?" asked Ino. "Yes, I do. See you there," said Naruto. "Yeah, see you later," said Ino as they parted ways, Naruto going back home and Ino going towards the shop. Soon after, Naruto got home, going to the kitchen and dropping the bags on the counter. Looking at the clock, it was already 7 p.m. "Hinata," yelled Naruto, wanting to know where she was. "Naruto, I am upstairs," was heard Hinata's voice. Following the voice, he got in front of Hinata's room. "Can I come in?" asked Naruto, not wanting to be rude or find her in an uncomfortable situation. "Yeah, the door is unlocked," said Hinata, and Naruto opened the door, going inside. He found Hinata fully dressed as she had a towel in her hands and was drying her hair. "Did you finish shopping?" asked Hinata. "Yeah, everything you asked for is there." "Say, Hinata, would you like to go to a party tonight?" said Naruto. "Party? No," said Hinata as she continued drying her hair. "No, why not?" asked Naruto, his arms crossed. "I just don't like parties, Naruto. You can go though, don't stop because I don't want to come," said Hinata, her hair now dry as got up, walking towards the bathroom. "Come on, Hinata. They are nice people, and you can't stay inside all day. It's going to be fun, trust me," said Naruto as he followed her behind. She dropped the soaked towel on the clothes basket, then turning towards him. "I am not coming. That's all," said Hinata, looking him in the eyes. "Okay then. If you say so, I won't push you into doing stuff you are not comfortable with," said Naruto, smiling. "Thank you for understanding. Now go have fun," said Hinata as she rubbed his arm, smiling. Getting ready, Naruto got dressed for the party. When he was done, he looked at the clock, seeing it had moved to 7:30. It was time for him to leave. Grabbing his keys, he went downstairs where he met Hinata. "It's time to go," said Naruto. "Go have fun," said Hinata with a smile on her face. "I don't know when I will be back, so don't wait up for me, okay?" said Naruto, looking at her. "Okay. Now go before you get there late," said Hinata, giggling, and with that Naruto left. Soon after, Naruto parked in front of Ino's house. It was just a bit after 8 p.m. and the music could be heard outside. Smiling, he got inside directly, since knocking didn't seem like something that would be noticed by everyone inside. As soon as he was in, he was greeted by everyone. Seconds later, Sakura was into his arms, kissing his cheek. "You decided to show up," said Ino as she approached him. "But I don't see that girl you told me you would bring with you." "Yeah, she wasn't in mood for party. But I will make sure to meet you with her," said Naruto as Sakura left his side and went on to dance. "Naruto, there is someone here that you won't like," said Ino as she looked at him. "Who is it?" said Naruto, and just as he finished it, he saw the person Ino was talking about come out of the bathroom. The said person was walking towards Sakura, which angered Naruto, wanting to punch the guy straight on his mouth. He was about to approach him, but Ino's hand on his chest stopped him on his tracks. Please don't make a scene and cause trouble for all Naruto. I know you and Sasuke have deep problems with each other. But just this time, don't. Said Ino, looking him in the eyes. I won't do anything as long as he stays away from Sakura. Who invited him here anyways? Said Naruto. It was Sakura. She showed here with him. Please. Don't do anything stupid. Do it for me. Said Ino. Fine. I will be cool for tonight only. Said Naruto. That's all I ask from you. Now let's go and get you a drink. Said Ino, pulling him towards the place where the alcohol and other beverages were, filling him a cup and handing it to him. Now, have some fun. Said Ino, and soon the problems were forgotten as the music continued blasting and everyone was dancing. Minutes passed and so did a few hours, and quiet. A few of Ino's guests were either unconscious on the floor from too much booze or had found a girl to make out with in a corner of a room. Naruto was sitting on a couch with Sakura on top of him, his hands holding tightly on her as their tongues fought each other's. Pulling her closer to him, he could feel her core rubbing against his half erection. Smirking, he slipped inside her jeans and over her panties. Just as soon as he made contact and rubbed her, she stood up. What happened? Asked Naruto, not understanding her behavior. I just need to use the restroom. I will be back, said Sakura as she left towards the higher floor, where the bathroom was. Sighing, Naruto got up, seeing Ino with a cup in her hand and walking towards her. She handed him another one, Naruto taking a sip of it and then spitting it in a nearby flower pot. Really, Ino? Water, said Naruto as she had handed him a cup of plain water. Yes. Did you forget you have to drive back home? Said Ino. Yeah, you were right. What about you? You plan on closing this party? Said Naruto as he drank his cup of water. Yeah, in a bit, said Ino as she leaned on a wall. Did that hole leave? Said Naruto, looking around and not seeing Sasuke anywhere. Sasuke? No. He asked me a few moments before where the bathroom was. He must be still there. Said Ino, leaning on Naruto's shoulder as her legs were becoming too weak to hold her still. Okay. I think you had enough to drink. Sit down for a bit. Said Naruto as he wrapped an arm around Ino's waist, pulling her towards the couch he used to be in and sat her there. Getting her comfortable on her couch, Naruto decided to go and check on Sakura. It had been some time since she had gone to use the bathroom. Climbing the stairs, he got to where the bathroom was on the higher floor. Opening the door to it, he found it empty. Confused, he saw a guy coming down the hallway. He asked him if he had seen Sakura, and the stranger pointed at a door before patting on Naruto's shoulder and leaving towards downstairs. Walking towards the door that guy had pointed at, Naruto reached it and put his hand on the doorknob. Twisting the knob and opening the door, Naruto's jaw instantly hit the floor at the sight he was seeing. Sakura was on the bed, with her panties on her ankle and her legs wide open as Sasuke had his face between her legs, eating her out. Hearing her moan Sasuke's name made Naruto's blood boil. Soon both of them noticed that he had entered as Sasuke rose into sitting position and Sakura's face going pale as if she had seen a ghost. Naruto. It's not what it looks like, was all Sakura was able to mumble out before Naruto grabbed Sasuke by the collar, punching him right across the jaw, sending him on the floor flat on his back. He bounced on top of him, continuing to punch him on the face until he had bloodied Sasuke's face. Getting up, he turned towards Sakura, spitting in her direction before leaving. Ino saw Naruto coming downstairs and she noticed something about him was off as he didn't say anything and just left, slamming the door behind him. The screeching sound of tires were heard outside as he drove off. Rushing upstairs from where Naruto came, she saw Sasuke trying to sit up with Sakura over him, her lower body totally. Get thee out of my house! Yelled Ino as she grabbed Sakura by her arm, pushing her towards the hallway and doing the same with Sasuke. Everybody else leave NOWW. She continued and soon, everyone left. Getting her car keys, she left her apartment, getting in her car and driving towards Naruto's house. Naruto was driving, his hands gripping tightly on the wheel. His blood was still boiling inside as anger had taken control of him. He was so angry that his eye color had darkened from blue to a shade of red. He was driving home at first before he decided to take a detour. He needed to release a huge amount of steam first. Turning his car around, he started driving fast towards his new destination. Ino had arrived in front of Naruto's house. As she parked in front of the house in the middle of the night, she didn't notice Naruto's car anywhere near the house. She left her car, walking to the front door and ringing on the bell. Hinata was on her bed, sleep had just gotten her. But it was rudely interrupted as the front door bell echoed through the house. Sitting up on her bed, one thought ran through her mind: who would come at this hour? Looking at the clock, it was midnight. As the bell rang again, she got up, walking towards the front door. As she got near it, the bell rangs were followed by knocking. Looking through the hole in the door, she saw an unfamiliar face at the other side of the door. It was a girl she hadn't seen before. "Who are you? And what do you want at this hour?" said Hinata, as she rubbed the sleep from her eyes. "Please tell me Naruto is in there. You are the new girl living with him, right?" said Ino, sounding dead worried about Naruto. "I don't think he has returned from that party, yet. And yes, I am the new girl. And who are you again?" said Hinata, confused of what this girl wanted. "I am Ino and he was at my party. Something happened and he left. It wasn't that good and I think he is not going to do something that will end well," said Ino, as she saw the door in front of her open. "What happened to Naruto? Is he okay?" said Hinata as she looked at the girl. "No, I don't think he is," said Ino lowering her head. "Get in and tell me what happened," said Hinata, allowing her to get inside, closing the door behind her. They both sat on the couch on the living room, Ino telling Hinata everything she knew and what she had seen. It shocked Hinata as much as it saddened her that something like this happened to Naruto. "Do you have any idea to where he could be right now?" asked Hinata, wanting to find Naruto and confront him. "He surely needed someone by him right now." "I don't know. I hope he doesn't do something to hurt himself," said Ino. "I hope so too," said Hinata. They both sat there in the living room, waiting for hours for Naruto to come back home. It was dawn and the sun was rising when they heard Naruto's car pulling on their driveway. A minute later, the front door opened and both Ino and Hinata rushed to the door to see him. "Oh my god, what happened to you?" asked Hinata, looking at Naruto. His hands were dripping from blood, severe cuts over his knuckles. His shirt was soaked in blood, not sure if it was his. His face was bruised, a cut on his lower lip and the side around his left eye swollen. "Nothing," said Naruto, as he walked past both of the girls, towards his bedroom. Naruto was laying over his bed, staring at the ceiling, his hands and clothes still bloodied, his face swollen in few places. He had locked the door to his room once he had gotten home, stopping either Hinata or Ino from coming inside. Nearly 2 hours had passed since then, and Ino pleads to him to open the door to her had stopped and he could hear her footsteps going away as she left. He tried to close his eyes and drift to sleep, but the pain wouldn't let him. He could deal with physical pain, but it was the pain in his heart that hurt more than everything else. More minutes passed with him not moving from the same position he was for the last hours. Another knock was on his door, this time a lighter one, not the pounding of Ino. "Naruto, can you open the door?" Hinata's voice was heard from the other side of the wall. He didn't reply, closing his eyes, hoping she would go away. "Naruto, I have medicine here to help with your wounds. Please, let me help with your wounds," Hinata said again. "Just leave me alone," said Naruto. "All right, I will leave the medicine here for you," said Hinata, as she put the medicine down on the floor. Not hearing anything else from her, Naruto decided to use what Hinata had left. Getting up, he unlocked the door and opened it. The medicine was really there, but so was Hinata, her back on the wall. Grabbing the tray with the medicine on it, he tried to quickly close the door, but Hinata's foot prevented it. "Let me help you," said Hinata, hoping Naruto would let her. "Please. Fine. Come in," said Naruto, letting the door open and Hinata followed him inside. Sitting on the side of his bed, Hinata joined him too, grabbing a piece of cloth and dipping it in ointment. "Give me your hand," said Hinata, as Naruto complied while looking at the other side. Hinata started rubbing the soaked cloth over Naruto's wounds, seeing him shiver and groan slightly at the stinging feeling the ointment gave to his wound. Cleaning his hands, she could now see the cuts over his knuckles clearly. What in the world did you hit Naruto? Thought Hinata to herself as she grabbed the bandage roll and started wrapping it around his hands. You are not going to tell me how you got these, are you? Said Hinata, looking over at Naruto who was avoiding her gaze. Sighing, she finished treating his wounds, handing him an ice pack. Use it for your face. Finished Hinata as she grabbed what she had brought and started leaving before turning once more towards Naruto. Naruto, I am sorry for what happened to you. It shouldn't happen to anyone. But going out in the middle of the night, hurting yourself and then returning back home in the morning doesn't help at all. Next time you decide to hurt yourself for something you were not responsible for, think about how that hurts the people close to you too, not just yourself. Said Hinata as she left the room, closing the door behind her. Naruto was shocked at hearing those words come out of Hinata's mouth. As the silence captivated the room, holding the ice pack against his face, Naruto thought about what Hinata had said. Is she right? Am I hurting people close to me too? But is there really someone close to me, someone for real and that won't leave me with a torn heart? What am I thinking? Hinata meant those words and I know she cares, I know she has a kind heart and would never hurt anyone. How did I not think of my actions but just rush them with my hot head? Thought Naruto as he started pulling his hair, getting angry at his foolish actions. And there he was again, hurting himself. Throwing the ice pack at one side of the room, he decided the only thing that would make him feel better after all of this mess. Getting out of his room, he walked around the house, trying to find Hinata. He looked at the living room and the kitchen, but she wasn't there. The next room he checked was her own bedroom. Finding the door closed, he knocked on it. Come in. Was heard the soft voice of Hinata and with a heaved breath, he entered the room. She was sitting on her bedside, looking tired. You mind if I sit? Asked Naruto. Shaking her head, Naruto sat beside her. Look Hinata, about what you said. I am sorry if I went a bit off board with that. Hinata interrupted him. No, number. You were right, every word you said was right. I shouldn't have done what I did. Said Naruto as he lowered his head. And I am sorry for getting you worried. I never intended to. Naruto. You don't need to apologize to me. But at least you can do something for me now. Said Hinata, putting her arm over his shoulder. Please drop the fake masks when you are around me. Hinata. I just. Stop trying to hold it in Naruto. The more you do, the worse it gets. So take it all out. Said Hinata as she could feel Naruto shaking under her arm. I loved her Hinata. I truly had feelings for her. I wanted that relationship to work, god damn it. Said Naruto as tears were slowly falling down his cheeks. I never cared for someone like I did for her. And all that caring, what did it get me? Pain. And a lot of it. Naruto paused as he started sobbing. Wasn't my love for her enough? Finished Naruto as he felt Hinata wrap her arms around his neck, pulling him into a hug. It's going to be alright, Naruto. Said Hinata as she didn't know what else to say or what advice to give. Instead, she just let him cry on her shoulder and let it all out. Holding him close, she ran her fingers along his golden hair locks, softly massaging his scalp, trying to calm him down. After some time of hearing Naruto's sobs and feeling the wetness over her shoulder that Naruto's tears had created, she felt his tensed body relax. Looking over at him, she saw that he had finally calmed and had actually fallen asleep in her arms. Pulling his heavy body over her bed, she set him next to her as she continued listening to his soft snores while running her fingers through his hair. Soon, she too drifted slowly into the dream land for a sleep she too needed too much since she hadn't slept the whole night. A few hours later, Naruto started stirring, as his eyes slowly opened. Waking up fully, he found himself in an unfamiliar room. But then it all came back to him, as his face turned back into sadness. Slowly getting up, he moved back to his room, changing his shirt as he looked at the clock. He had been asleep for 6 hours. Seeing as it was past noon, he went downstairs, finding Hinata in the kitchen, wearing different clothes from what she was wearing before. Hey there. How are you feeling? Asked Hinata. I don't know. The sleep helped, and thank you for hearing me and being there. It feels like I let some weight off my shoulders. Said Naruto as he got in the kitchen and sat on a chair. I am here for you, Naruto. Never forget that, said Hinata as she placed a bowl of ramen in front of him. I hope that lifts his spirits up, thought Hinata as she had gone through of what to do to make him feel better when he wakes up and had finally decided to make him his favorite food. Thank you, Hinata, said Naruto as he grabbed the chopsticks and started eating his bowl of ramen. Even though it wasn't really noticeable, Hinata could see a tiny smile on his face. Getting another bowl for herself, she sat down and ate along with him. Hinata, got any plans for the rest of the week? Asked Naruto as he went back to eating his noodles. No, not really. Why? Said Hinata, looking over at Naruto. I was thinking of going away from the city for a while. I need some time far away from here, said Naruto. Okay. But where will you be going? Asked Hinata. We will be going at my godparents' place over at the countryside. It's a quiet and peaceful place. We? Asked Hinata, surprised that Naruto said, we, and not, I. Yes, we. I would really like it if you were to come with me. Besides, I would never forgive myself if I left you all alone here, said Naruto, causing Hinata to get shocked a bit. I don't want to be a burden to you, said Hinata, looking away. Hey, if I thought you would be a burden, I would have never asked you to come with me. So, what do you say? Said Naruto, finishing his bowl of ramen, pushing it aside. Oh, okay. I will come. When do we leave? Said Hinata, grabbing both bowl and putting them in the sink. We still have a lot of daylight left, so we could go now. After we pack some clothes, of course. Alright. Why don't you start packing then? I will do the same right after I wash the dishes. Then I guess we can leave. Said Hinata. Okay then. I will be upstairs in my room if you need anything. Said Naruto, turning around and walking upstairs. Soon, Hinata finished washing the dishes and went upstairs, packing different kinds of clothes inside a bag. Grabbing the now stuffed bag, she got downstairs where Naruto had been waiting for her with a bag of his own. Shall we? Said Naruto as a tiny smile was on his lips. Getting a nod from Hinata, they got outside, putting both bags in the trunk and getting inside, with Naruto driving away from the house. As they were driving towards their destination, Naruto glanced over at Hinata from time to time. She looked tired, bags under eyes as if she would pass out and sleep any second now. Thank you for doing this for me, Hinata, said Naruto, looking at her. What would I be yon if I wasn't there by your side yon when you needed me? Said Hinata, rubbing the sleep from her eyes, but to no avail. Go on, Hinata. You can sleep if you want. We got a few hours of road ahead of us. I will wake you up when we get there. Said Naruto. Are you sure? I could keep you company on the road. Said Hinata, but she couldn't lie, she needed that sleep. Absolutely. Thank you, said Hinata, smiling towards him. It didn't take long and Hinata's eyes closed as she drifted to sleep. Slowing down the car, Naruto took off his jacket and put it over Hinata's shoulders, hearing her let a happy sigh. Seeing her set up nicely and sleeping, Naruto continued driving. After a bit over 2 hours of driving, Naruto came to a stop as he was in front of a familiar sight to him. Stopping slowly as not to rudely wake up Hinata, as she was still sleeping ever since the journey started, he finally parked the car. Looking over at Hinata, she was still sleeping. Reaching with his hand to wake her up, before he could touch her and shake her off her sleep, his hand landed on the car seat she was sleeping on. He just couldn't bring himself to wake her up. He didn't want to ruin her peace. But still, he could not leave her in the car since they had arrived where they were supposed to be. Hinata, whispered Naruto as he placed his hand over her shoulder. She stirred a bit, but still slept. Hinata, wake up, said Naruto, giving her a tiny shake. She let out a displeasure sigh as her eyes started opening bit by bit. Nah, Naruto, said Hinata as she rubbed the sleep from her eyes. Yeah, it is me, Naruto. We are here, said Naruto as she opened her eyes completely, letting a small yawn out. And where is here? Asked Hinata, now fully awake. At my godparents' place. Remember, we planned to come here for some time, said Naruto. Oh yes, right, sorry, said Hinata, looking at herself, noticing his jacket on top of her. He must have covered me while I was sleeping. Grabbing his jacket and tidying it up a bit, she handed it back to him, whispering a thank you. Nothing at all, So how about we go meet them? Said Naruto as he opened his door and got out. Hinata followed and soon they got their bags and were walking towards the front door. One more thing. Be careful around my godfather. Finished Naruto. What? Why? Asked Hinata confused. I could say he is a pervert, but no, he is a super pervert. Said Naruto as a bead of sweat ran down his forehead. This comment caused Hinata to blush hard as his face got the color of a tomato. Oh okay. Said Hinata, her face getting even redder as she thought of what would his godfather try on her. Shaking her head, she discarded those thoughts at the back of the head as Naruto rang the bell. They didn't have to wait long as the door opened, revealing a blonde angry woman, who looked to be at her mid-30, wearing a green robe. Who comes at this time? Oh, it's you Naruto. She said as she calmed down for a brief second right before punching Naruto on top of his head hard, sending him to the ground. Ever heard of notifying a person before you decide to drop on their front door? Said the blonde woman, holding her fist tight and a nerve showing on her forehead. Did Naruto go to the wrong house? Or is she really his godmother? Thought Hinata as her face paled at what had just happened. She quickly dropped her bag as she lowered herself to check on Naruto, who had just started to get up while rubbing the top of his head. Wow, Granny Tsunade. Is this the impression you want to make to your new guest? Said Naruto as he got up to his feet, smiling at Hinata. I missed you too, by the way. He finished. Ow. Didn't notice you there. I am Tsunade, this thickhead's godmother. Said Tsunade smiling at the unknown girl in front of her. How can she change her emotions so fast? She was angry a second ago. Thought Hinata before answering. I am Hinata Hyuga, Naruto's friend. Said Hinata. Well, nice to meet you Hinata. Glad to see he moved on from that pink-headed banshee. Said Tsunade. But she knew she said something wrong when she saw the expression on his face darken. Me and Hinata are just friends. Now will you let us in or what? Said Naruto in a cold manner. Yeah sure. Come on in. Said Tsunade opening the path for them to come in. They got inside, putting their bags in the hallway as they sat on the living room. Can I get you guys anything? Asked Tsunade from the doorway of the living room. No, thanks. I am good. Said Hinata. Same for me too. Said Naruto. Okay then. Said Tsunade confused. Something must have happened to Naruto for him to be quiet and gloomy like that. What brings you guys here? Asked Tsunade as she sat on a couch opposite of them. Well, I wanted to get away from the city for a period of time. So I thought of coming here where it is a bit more quiet. Said Naruto as he got up. I need to use the restroom. Had a long drive and want to wash my face. Finished Naruto as he left the room. Okay. Someone plan on telling me what happened to him. Does it have to do with that pink-haired bitch? Asked Tsunade, her anger slowly returning to her. Well, meanwhile with Naruto. Naruto was looking at himself in the mirror, his face wet from the water he had splashed over himself. His hands were shut tight into fists, his knuckles turning white. He really wanted to punch himself in the mirror so bad, but he couldn't bring his pain to the others around him too. He had just gotten here, and didn't want to create a scene or worry the others around him anymore. Man the up man. Is this really what you plan on doing with yourself from now on? She left me. She knew that I would be hurt like this and did it, to hurt me. If I continue like this, she will still get what she wants. Where does that leave me? Probably broken, in spirit and body. With everyone pushed out of my life, them thinking I am some sort of maniac. So not anymore, I won't let them push me to hurting myself on their account. It stops now. I got people here who care for me, so with them, I will move on. No more crying for things that didn't want me. Said Naruto inside his head, releasing the grip of his hands and calming down, as he turned on the faucet and gave his face one more splash of water before getting out of the bathroom and moving back towards the living room. He found Tsunade and Hinata there, and judging by Tsunade's facial expression, she found out from Hinata what had happened. Naruto. Said Tsunade as she walked to him and hugged him. Don't worry about it. I don't want you to concern yourself with it. Said Naruto pulling a bit away then smiling, which shocked both Tsunade and Hinata. Did you get to talk to Hinata? You really will like her. Said Naruto looking towards Hinata, whose ears turned bright red at the comment Naruto had made. Yeah, She seems like a really nice person. Says Tsunade, who too looks towards Hinata, who seemed to want to sink inside the couch from all the comments. Either way, it is getting kinda late, so why don't you two go and get some sleep? Tomorrow, you can show Hinata around the place. Said Tsunade. Yeah, sure. You got rooms for us to sleep into, right? Said Naruto. Yes, yes. Follow me. There are 2 empty rooms upstairs you can use. Said Tsunade and walked forward, the 2 youngsters following behind her. Where is the pervert? I don't see him. Said Naruto. He will be back in a few days. He left a week ago saying he had business to attend to. But we both know that he is just doing his research. Said Tsunade, sighing a second before they reached the 2 rooms. There you go. Get yourselves comfortable. Bathroom is the room in front of your rooms. So have a good night and I will see you in the morning. Said Tsunade. Thank you and likewise. Said Hinata with a smile as Tsunade started leaving back downstairs. Both picking a room, they bid their goodnights and got inside, closing the door behind them. The rooms were a bit dusty since they weren't used in some times, but not that much as to complain. Dropping her bag on the bed, Hinata looked around the room. It had nice wooden furniture, a few books on the shelves. Moving over to the table in the room, she saw a picture there, the glass over it covered in a sheet of dust. She wiped it off of it, revealing the picture of it. It was a picture of Naruto when he was a kid, with a small fisherman's hat on top of his head and a caught fish in his hand, smiling widely. He seemed the happiest he could be. It caused her lips to rise up in a small smile but then fall back down into a frown. She wanted to see Naruto happy again as he looked in the picture. But how would he be after getting his heart broken so bad? Would she even be able to help him be happy again? Or did he even want her around him right now? Shaking her head, she didn't want to think about dark thoughts right now, only on enjoying this time with Naruto and try to help him however she could. Grabbing her pair of pajamas, she changed her clothes and got ready for bed. She got in bed and it didn't take long until she drifted into dreamsland. Meanwhile, just on the other side of the room, Naruto was awake, laying flat on his back and finding the ceiling of his room to be really interesting as he kept staring at it. He was tired yet no sleep was coming his way, not even a bit. Getting up from the bed, he opened his window, looking at the full moon in the dark, starry night. As he sat on the window frame, his phone started ringing. Looking at the dialer ID, it was his mother, Kushina. He opened it. Hey mom. Said Naruto. Hey there Naruto. How are you? Said Kushina. I am good mom, thanks. And you? How are you and dad? Asked Naruto, happy to hear his mother's voice in some time now. We are both good. Dad is sleeping right now. The last meeting was long and tiring. Said Kushina. So, what are you up to? Nothing much really. I am at Granny place right now. Brought Hinata with me too. Replied Naruto. That's really nice. Want to show Hinata the place? Asked Kushina as she sounded happy from the other side of the phone. Yeah. Replied Naruto. Naruto. Are you really alright? You don't sound like it. Said Kushina. Not getting a response for a good amount of seconds, she started talking again. Talk to me Naruto. What happened? Said Kushina as a hint of worry could be noticed on her tone. It's Sakura. She cheated on me. Said Naruto followed by a long sigh. Oh my god. Are you alright? I am so sorry Naruto. Said Kushina. It's alright mom. Really? Said Naruto getting up from the window and getting inside, closing the window behind him. How can it be alright, Naruto? Nothing about this sounds alright. Replied Kushina. Mom, I am doing better now. It's okay. Besides, I have nice people around me like Hinata who are helping me. I will be fine. Said Naruto, trying to get her mother not to worry. Are you sure? I could book a flight and come to you. Said Kushina. No need for that mom. I told you, everything will be fine. I promise. Said Naruto. Kushina knew that when her son gave a promise to her, he would give his all to keep that promise, so she decided not to say anything else about it. Alright then. How are things between you and Hinata anyway? Getting along well. Honestly, I get surprised at how nice she is all the time. Everything is great between us. She really is a great person, and a better friend. Still don't know how she can be Hiyashi's daughter. said Naruto with a small laugh, hearing his mom laugh on the other side of the phone too. She got it from her mother, said Kushina as she continued laughing lightly. Yes, that must be it, said Naruto. I have to go now, Naruto. I want you to get some sleep too, said Kushina. Yeah, sure. Thanks, Mom. I miss you, said Naruto. I miss you too, Naruto. I love you, said Kushina. I love you too, Mom. Good night, said Naruto, dropping on the bed. Good night to you too, said Kushina before she hung up. Dropping the phone on his night table, he covered himself with bed covers. It was always nice to talk to his mom. Even if it was just a random conversation, hearing his mother's voice always gave him comfort. And with the thought of his mom's voice in his head, he closed his eyes, slowly falling to sleep. He wanted to be well rested for tomorrow. Naruto was first to wake up next morning, feelings more relaxed and his head going towards the right direction. Looking outside his window, it was still dark in the early morning, the sun had not even come up yet. Not wanting to go back to sleep, he decided to go for a jog, as he picked a pair of clothes from his bag. Getting all set, he exited his room, his iPod in his hands, about to put on his earphones when he heard a door next to him open. Looking towards the sound, Hinata came out of the said door, still in her night clothes, her hair ruffled up. Good morning, Hinata, said Naruto, earning the attention of her, as she jumped a bit and squealed, spooked by him. Naruto. Gee, good morning to you too, said Hinata a bit calmer. Sorry if I scared you, said Naruto scratching his head. It's okay. Where are you going? Asked Hinata, seeing him all dressed up. I wanted to go for an early run. What about you? Asked Naruto seeing her just stand there. I wanted to get a glass of water, said Hinata looking down. All right then. I will be back in an hour or so. I will see you then and show you around the place, said Naruto turning to leave. Naruto. He heard Hinata say. What is it, Hinata? Replied Naruto turning towards her. Do you mind if I join you? Said Hinata, her fingers tapping on one another as she looked away. Sure. It's not a problem at all. I would actually like a partner, said Naruto with a huge smile on his face. Thank you. I will be back, said Hinata as she rushed back to her room to change. As Hinata disappeared from his sight, he chuckled lightly, finding her antics really cute. He then tossed his iPod back on his bed, not needing it since he won't be alone. It took only a few moments and Hinata was back out, her attire completely different from before, now consisting of a baggy hoodie along with purple jogging pants, her hair now tied up in a ponytail. Soon after, they both left the house and started running. The first 10 minutes, Hinata was running beside Naruto with equal pace. 10 minutes after that, she had fallen behind a few feet, her pace getting slower as Naruto didn't seem to phase not even a bit. And after an hour of running, Hinata had to stop, her breath heavy as she leaned against a tree, taking deep breaths, trying to calm her racing heart. She slid down the tree, sitting on the ground. Naruto, noticing that Hinata wasn't with him anymore, stopped and turned back, finding her sitting down. Laughing lightly, he scratched the back of his head. Sorry. Guess I was going a bit too fast, said Naruto. How come you look as if you just started and can go for a marathon? Said Hinata laughing. I guess I am a stamina freak, laughed Naruto as he sat down beside her. It's always hard for me to find running partners. No one is able to keep up. Good luck with that, said Hinata, as her breath stabilized a bit. Wanna continue walking? Said Naruto as he stood up, offering his hand to Hinata. Yeah, let's go, said Hinata, accepting his hand and getting up on her feet. Thank you. They both started walking on the direction they were previously running, the woods dark, with tiny little rays of light coming through them, enough to let them see the way they were going. After a few minutes, they came clear of the woods, finding themselves on a small cliff just above a huge lake underneath them with woods all around its shores. The top of the sun had come out, giving a shining effect to the water below them. Naruto sat on the edge of the cliff, turning to Hinata and motioning her to sit beside him. Even though scared to do so, seeing as Naruto had no problem doing it himself, she trusted him and slowly sat down beside him. Do you come here every morning? Said Hinata, a soft breeze hitting her at the side of her face. No. I can't come here every morning since I live in the city. Said Naruto as he broke into a laughter, seeing Hinata's face obtain a shade of pink. I know what you mean. I come here from time to time when I am visiting Tsunade and the pervy sage. I just enjoy watching the sunrise. It's a new start of the day from the one before it. And I wanna start new with my life too. Just wanna try and put behind what happened and start anew. Said Naruto looking at the sunrise. Naruto. IW want you to know, that I'm here for you. So when you need someone, please talk to me. Said Hinata as she looked at him. I appreciate that, Hinata. I really do. Said Naruto looking at her as he slowly stood up, extending his hand to her. How about I give you a rematch on the way back? Said Naruto. Sure. If you can handle it. Said Hinata as she accepted his hand and got up. Oh, is that so? Naruto didn't get to finish his sentence as Hinata started running on the direction they had come from. This caused him to smile in his usual wide grin, until he started running after her. He kept running after her but didn't rush, liking the feeling of the chase. Thinking of something, he smirked as he took a turn in the woods, running on the side. Hinata kept running as fast as she could, panting heavily as she reached the clearing where the house was. Looking behind, she was surprised to see that Naruto wasn't behind her anymore. Stopping to catch her breath, she looked where Naruto was supposed to be running behind her, but he truly wasn't in her sights. Just as she straightened herself after catching her breath, she felt a weight make contact with her from the side as she lost her footing and fell to the ground, with two arms around her waist. As she hit the ground, she was in total shock. Just what happened to her? She kept thinking to herself until she heard a familiar laughter behind her. I finally got you. Said Naruto behind her. Naruto. Said Hinata as she turned her head around to look at his grinning face. Hee. You can't pull a prank on a prankster that easy. Said Naruto winking at her, which got her to blush a deep shade of red. But it was a nice try though. Finished Naruto as he let go of her waist. I thought I had you beaten there for a second. Said Hinata moving a few bangs of hair from her face. I guess you did. I mean, we are at our destination. And you were here first, so you did win. Said Naruto giggling. This caused Hinata to smile as they started walking towards the house. This reminds me, I gotta show you around. Wanna have a look around? Said Naruto, waving towards the house. Sure. Said Hinata nodding and following after Naruto as he started walking forward. After a small tour around the place, Hinata learned that it was a small farm, with different animals in it, and a field, with crops planted on it. In few words, she loved it here. Everything about it was peaceful. With Tsunade. Tsunade had gotten up as rays of sunshine hit her face through the window, telling her it was morning. She got up, washing her face and getting dressed as she made herself a cup of coffee, drinking it as she walked around the house. As she got near the window, she heard voices outside. Moving away the curtains to see who it was, she noticed it was Naruto with Hinata, walking around the place, with Naruto talking and having a goofy smile on his face as the girl kept a small blush on her cheeks and giggling softly at something Naruto was telling her. This put a smile on her face, as she remembered how he was last night, which caused her face to go back to a frown. She kept looking at them until she felt a hand over her shoulder and over her, grabbing lightly on it. It caused a vein to pop on her forehead. Take your hand off of me before I break every bone in it. Said Tsunade, clenching her free hand, telling him he was serious. Oh come on, I come back from my trip and this is how you treat the poor Jiraiya. Said Jiraiya pouting but still taking the hand off of her. He knew better than to push it. But still he leaned and gave her a kiss on the cheek. I missed you. Said Jiraiya joining her beside the window as he saw a smile appear on her face, making him grin like a goof. I missed you too. How was your trip? Asked Tsunade, taking a sip from her coffee. Successful. I feel inspired to write another bestseller. But tell me, when did the brat come by? Asked Jiraiya. And who is that pretty girl beside him? They came last night. And the girl is Hinata Hyuga. She is Naruto's friend. Said Tsunade, turning around and walking towards the kitchen, turning on the stove. Oh, I see. Said Jiraiya getting a perverted look on his face. You try something or embarrass the girl, I will break every single bone in your body, understand? Said Tsunade sending him a stern look, making him shiver as he nodded, not saying a word. Good. Now come and help me prepare breakfast, said Tsunade. Jiraiya rushed to the kitchen, immediately getting ready to help her. It took around half an hour until Naruto and Hinata came back inside, and walked straight into the kitchen to get a drink, finding Jiraiya and Tsunade setting up the table ready for breakfast. Good to see you are back, pervy sage, said Naruto grinning. Come on, how many times did I tell you not to call me that? Said Jiraiya groaning. But hello there. My name is Jiraiya, the legendary writer. You have probably heard of me, said Jiraiya extending his hand towards Hinata, with a weird smile on his face, as Hinata turned bright red. As Hinata tried to extend her hand towards Jiraiya's, Jiraiya got a punch on top of the head from Naruto instead. Hinata is not the kind of girl who would read your dirty books, old man, so stop it, said Naruto, rubbing his knuckles. All right, I am sorry, young lady, said Jiraiya, rubbing the place where Naruto had hit him. It's okay. My name is Hinata, said Hinata, bowing her head towards him. Now see, that is how you should greet me too. With some respect, said Jiraiya towards Naruto. You will get it when you earn it, pervy sage, said Naruto, walking off, smiling. All right, now, let's eat before it gets cold, said Tsunade, as she took a place on the table. Soon everyone was sat and eating. They ate mostly in silence, a few jokes here and there, until they were done, Naruto going upstairs to his room as Hinata wanted to help Tsunade with the dishes, which Tsunade gladly accepted. When Naruto got into his room, he dropped on the bed, sitting up again after as he saw that Jiraiya had followed him upstairs. Are you okay, kid? Asked Jiraiya, leaning on the door frame. Why wouldn't I be? Said Naruto, looking back at him. I heard what happened, and judging by the state of your hands and knuckles, I got a pretty clear thought of what you did, said Jiraiya, walking towards him. Naruto just let out a long sigh as he looked at the side. If you don't wanna talk, it's okay. But I will be waiting in the yard if you wanna let out a bit of steam, and train a bit like old times, said Jiraiya, walking out of the door. Smiling, Naruto got up from his bed, going outside where Jiraiya was waiting for him. It had been a week since Naruto and Hinata had come for visit to Tsunade and Jiraiya, and for the whole week that they have been here, the morning jog had become a routine for the two of them. Each morning they would get up early and jog up to the same location they had gone to the first time, enjoying the sunrise together before coming back and busying themselves with activities for the rest of the day. Naruto would mostly train with Jiraiya, and when he was not doing that, he would feed the animals of the small farm after he received the order from Tsunade. Meanwhile, Hinata would spend the day around Tsunade, helping her around the kitchen and taking care of the large variations of flowers and herbs in Tsunade's possession, getting to learn more about them. So today they woke up as per usual, getting ready and going out. During the week, Naruto had decided to slow his pace a bit, so that Hinata could keep up with him. Taking the usual route through the woods, they reached their destination just as the sun was starting to show on the horizon. Sitting down on the cold rock, they started catching their breath. You know, one of these days, I will beat you, said Hinata, taking heavy breaths to fill her lungs with air. Sure you can, said Naruto, laughing as he laid on his back, looking up at the sky as it was taking a bluer color. You think I can't, said Hinata, looking at him. Don't take it personally, Hinata, but I still haven't met anyone that can compete with my stamina, replied Naruto, turning to look towards her, meeting her gaze. But you can try anyway, said Naruto, giving his trademark wide grin. Where does all your stamina come from anyway? Ramen, said Hinata, giggling. Hell yeah, ramen is the closest thing to the food of gods, shouted Naruto, then laughing happily. But only half of it is from ramen. The other half comes from my mother's side. Believe it or not, she used to be even more competitive than me when she was our age. No way. Mrs. Kushina being competitive. She is always so collected and calm, said Hinata, not believing what Naruto just said. But she got even more confused when he started laughing as hard as possible, rolling on the floor. What is it? What's wrong? My mother. Collected and calm. Hinata, I think you are mistaking my mother for yours. Mom is the most hot-tempered female you could ever know. She gets angry most of the time about the most tiny things. I can't remember how many times I got thrown things on my head because I said her cooking could get a few improvements. And what would she throw at you if she heard you say this? Said Hinata as she saw Naruto shudder a bit visibly and his face turned pale. I don't even want to imagine. Said Naruto before standing up and extending his hand to Hinata. She accepted it, getting up, then redoing her ponytail, sorting her hair a bit. They continued walking back slowly. Then Hinata remembered something she had wanted to ask him ever since they had gotten here, but always forgot. Naruto, why are you training with Jiraiya? It doesn't look like you are just training to keep your body in shape. Says Hinata, causing Naruto to stop, and she stopped beside him too. It got silent between them after Hinata asked that. It's okay if it's because I do MMA cage fights. Said Naruto looking distantly as he said that. Hinata was waiting for him to turn towards her and laugh, telling her it was a joke, but that never came. Wait, what? You do cage fights? Why would you do that for? Said Hinata, looking deeply at him. Because I enjoy it. I like the adrenaline of it and I like fighting others to see who is stronger. Said Naruto turning to her. You like beating others, just to see if you are stronger than them. Said Hinata, look of disbelief in her eyes. It's not exactly like that, Hinata. Guys I go to the cage with, they know what they are getting into, as do I. They get hurt and so do I. Said Naruto, raising his voice a bit unintentionally. Noticing his raise of voice, Hinata looked down. Do your parents know about this? Asked Hinata. They do. They even stopped me once, when they first learned about it, 2 years ago. Said Naruto, leaning against a tree nearby and sliding down until he was sitting on the floor. I got an even worse beating from mom than I did in the prior match. Said Naruto, laughing, but Hinata didn't find that funny at all. 2 years ago. So you are telling me, you have been doing this since you were 17? Asked Hinata, and Naruto just nodded. Naruto, why would you do something like this? Do you wanna get yourself hurt? Or maybe worse? Said Hinata, worry never leaving her sound. Because I liked it, Hinata. I love the fighting, the adrenaline and everything, it being better than the other person. Naruto yelled hard in front of Hinata, causing her to shudder, not knowing Naruto had this inside of him and bringing tears to her eyes, as she turned away, running away from him in the direction of the house. Being filled by rage, Naruto slammed his fist on the side of a tree, and then back on the other side, repeatedly until his knuckles started bleeding and he needed a breath. Turning around, he slid down the tree, laying at the bottom of it. He stayed there for some time until he felt a few drops of rain hit his face. Getting up, he walked back to the house, his knuckles lightly bleeding. As he reached the porch, he saw Hinata waiting there with her bags in front of her. What's with the bags? Asked Naruto as the raining started to pick up. You are driving me back to my home, said Hinata, not looking directly to him. Now? Asked Naruto as he looked at her, but she still wasn't facing him. Yes. Now, said Hinata, picking up her bags in her hands. Okay, fine. Let me change and grab my bags and keys. Said Naruto as he sighed and went upstairs. A few minutes later, Naruto came back with his bag on his hands and his knuckles bandaged up again, with a few red spots on top of them. Tsunade and Jiraiya were behind him. Opening the car, he shoved his bag inside the trunk and Hinata followed soon after. Bidding their goodbyes to the older pair, they got into the car and they drove off. As they continued to drive, the rain started pouring even heavier over them, as the wipers of the car could get enough of it away from the glass. Neither of them said a word to each other as Naruto just kept focusing on the road and Hinata laid her head on the window, her eyes half closed. Seeing as Naruto was going to keep driving through the deep rain and not stop, she decided to be the grown-up. Naruto, stop the car. You can't drive through this rain. Said Hinata, not turning to look at him. No, I can get us through this. Said Naruto. No, you can't. Just stop it already before you hurt someone. Said Hinata, raising her voice. I won't hurt anybody as long as you don't disturb me. Shouted Naruto, turning to look at her. I'm trying you to get to do what's best for everyone, said Hinata, yelling back at him. And since when do you know what's best for me? Naruto kept on yelling, no longer paying attention to the road and speeding up the car. Naruto, you can't tell me how to live my life. I'm not a child, shouted Naruto again. Naruto, watch out, screamed Hinata, pointing at a huge light coming straight for them and a loud sound of horn following it. Through the shouting, Naruto hadn't realized that he had gone into the opposite lane, heading straight for a large truck. Trying to get back into his lane, he hit his brakes hard and tilted to the right. The car slid, drifting right but not completely clear as the truck hit the backside of the car, sending it rolling from where it came from, as all they remembered before their world went dark was the loud horn of the truck.